So I'm doing this video memoir, so all of my friends and family who are interested will have something to remember me by. I was born in Mount Vernon Hospital in the Bronx, New York, to two wonderful parents, Erica Seckel Bauer and Walter Sidney Bauer. And they were both escapees from Germany and Czechoslovakia, respectively. And they were the greatest parents. One of the wonderful things that my parents did for me, which I still appreciate and use all the time, is traveling. And when I was 12, they took me for a month to Europe, and then they took me on another month-long vacation with my Aunt Trudy and Uncle Ernest and my two cousins, Karen and Wendy, all around Yellowstone and the Rocky Mountains. So I became accustomed to traveling from my parents. Then I got accepted into the University of Connecticut, and there begins my Connecticut college education, which was during those crazy, tumultuous years, 68 to 72, just the onset of all of the big hippie movements and the SDS, and became very active in protests until, of course, then, the focus became more and more onto the whole drug, sex and rock and roll generation, which I became a part of too, and became a little less politically active. But it was a wonderful time in my life with just experiences, chock full of experiences. After I graduated from the University of Connecticut, I loved Connecticut so much I considered it more my home than Long Island. And so I settled down with my then husband. I was living with Tony Miller during my senior year of college, and we ended up getting married unsuccessfully. It lasted about a year. Lived in Connecticut, working again at mortgage banking and other assorted kind of things, and met then my soon-to-be future husband, Dennis Buteau, who was at that time a bartender back in Connecticut. So I sold cars for many years until I got pregnant with my first daughter, Andrea. And a year after she was born, my mother had then passed away. She had never gotten a chance to meet any of her grandchildren, which was one of the big sorrows in her life. She would have loved grandchildren. So in talking about who I am and what my essence is, I will begin by saying I'm definitely not a perfect person. I think everybody has their good sides and their bad sides, and they excel in certain things and they have various flaws. It's both a blessing and a curse that I was raised on Long Island. I'm trying my best to talk as slowly as I can because I tend to be a little hyperactive. That's a New York thing. And the curse about being a New Yorker is that we tend to be very direct. And so oftentimes people don't quite know how to take that, regardless of what comes out of my mouth, sometimes inadvertently, is to always have the value, the basic value that I have never, that I can think of in my life, intentionally hurt anybody. I love people, I value all people. I try to be very open-minded because obviously there are some people who have bigger struggles than other people, and appreciate everybody for who they are. So that's a really important thing that I would like people to know that I care about. And I think that's a really important value to have, is to be present for your friends, especially in times of need. And I don't care if my friends call me at 3 in the morning if they have a tragedy going on. I will wake up and talk to them. So that's one of the big things that I've cared about most in my life. I made choices that maybe I won't work quite as hard as somebody else, but I will travel a lot. I will go see a lot of concerts and do a lot of parties with friends, whereby I can honestly say I have done a lot. Even though I'd like to do more, I see things in a positive light, and I will make the best of whatever comes my way. And I hope that for anybody who watches this, whether I am an inspiration or whether I'm not an inspiration, I would like to be an inspiration to everybody and anybody who sees this.